This game is rated M for mature. Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Bayonetta. In the last episode, we defeated the cardinal virtue of justice, and in this episode we're going to pick up where we left off at the Vigrid airbase and see if we can't find a way to get to the Isla del Sol.
Excuse me, sir. May I have my glasses back?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Here you go. Cereza, how did you get such magical glasses?
The glasses aren't magic, silly. I can see the monsters without them.
Monsters? Not quite. So, has Bayonetta, I mean your mom, been fighting these big bad monsters for a long time?
Mummy is a witch, and witches protect people and are very strong. When I grow up, I'll be strong too, and I'll protect my mummy.
Wait, you think witches do what? Oh, forget it. No point in arguing with a little kid. I'll manage on my own.
I'm sure you will.
Mummy!
Shit.
You never cease to amuse me, Cheshire. I suppose that's your next target? This is yours, little one. You didn't cry while I was gone, did you?
Nope.
Good.
Bayonetta, no matter how I ask, no matter how many times, you always say the same thing.
Come now, Kitty. You know it was
A
all just...
misunderstanding. You're so stubborn, you know that? My father, he was a journalist too. In fact, he was twice the man I could ever hope to be. He was obsessed with one case his entire career. A case so bizarre it took over his life. They could have made a movie of the details. The followers of darkness, the Umbra Witches, and their light world counterparts, the Lumen Sages, controlling everything with a power known as the Eyes of the World. Then, the Light and Dark clans suddenly disappeared from their medieval home in Europe. You may be familiar with the town. You're standing in it. Welcome to Vigrid, 500 years later.
500 years.
Each clan, working at the behest of the powers that be, sought to lead their fractured world towards peace. They both possessed an eye said to have the power to create history that they used to oversee the world. However, their spirit of cooperation did not last. For amongst them, a pair of young star-crossed lovers conceived a child that sent the clans on a path to ruin. The woman was thrown in jail, and the man exiled from his clan. However, the child remained with the Umbra, raised as a black sheep even amongst the darkness. Since the balance between light and dark had been lost, both clans spiraled into decay. Legend had it that the two eyes could be united to control reality itself. And this legend fueled ambition and desire, leading to a myriad of battles between the clans. In fact, it led to their mutual destruction. My father was mocked for buying such a fairy tale. However, I believed his story. And I believe it more than ever now that I've found you. The memory of the clan lingers on, despite the passing of 500 years. What on earth was my father searching for? And why did he have to die for it? I have to discover the truth with my own eyes. That's why I haven't given up my chase for it. Or you. The head of the Ithaval group, the multinational that dominates Vigrid, recently tried to sell an enormous gemstone on the black market. If he isn't selling out in the open, it means we're going to have to acquire it by other means. And that starts by sneaking onto that jet.
Mummy, are you looking for something?
I am.
How did you lose it?
Little one, do you have anything you really like? Something really important to you?
Yes, this. I love it.
Where did you get this?
You gave it to me, Mummy, for my birthday.
When you love something, never lose it. Understand, little one? You must keep it safe, close to your heart.
Alright, so that was a decently long cutscene, but now we are finally back into the action, as it were. So we are on a plane. And so starting off here, there is a platform just to the right of where you start with a chest that has a broken witch heart in it. So throughout this section right here, you're going to have, yep, fell down, not the best thing, but we're gonna have some wicked weaves attacking us, and if you've seen Jean's wicked weaves before, then you'll notice that they are indeed hers. So that's kind of a precursor showing that she is nearby. But we've got quite a bit of story stuff to unpack there. Some of the pieces are finally falling into place. We're learning more about the eyes of the world and what they actually are. So there are some enemies here, in addition to a chest right here as well. So I think those are the only 3 chests that we have to worry about in this area for now. Be wary of the Gamora summon in the middle there. It will try to bite at you if you get near it, so just be wary of that. Also, there's a crow right here that apparently I missed somehow, but in any case, right over here is a note. This is the Valkyrie military transport, so that's what we are currently on. Unfittingly for a city of its small size, Vigrid plays host to a large military air base. The roar of takeoff and landings that engulf the city are not that of passenger planes, but of incredibly large military transport jets known as Valkyries. I have been aboard American military transports many times in an official capacity and have seen the finest jets up close. However, none compares to even a distant view of the Valkyrie. The size difference is clearly evident, like the difference in size between a crow and an eagle. To think that something that large could fly in the sky is something that I still cannot believe, despite having seen it with my own eyes. Of course, there is no doubt that the cargo it carries is quite dangerous, so seeing the plane's huge mass literally drop onto the runway during landings causes me to feel a deep anxiety, as if the weight of the plane were literally landing on my shoulders. It leads one to wonder what the authorities are bringing into this little principality with all the extreme security they have in place. Vigrid has long since cut most ties with the outside world and has reared itself within its own unique culture. Perhaps it is this influence that led to the Valkyrie's equally unique design. At a glance, one can see the deep religious influence in its design, or perhaps that view is simply our deference to a plane born of technology so different from our own that we simply nodded our heads in astonishment at the miracle of flight. Okay, so that's all that we can do in here for the moment, so we're going to kick these doors down. And I took a little bit of damage just from the falling, actually, so that's where that came from. So, we're outside of the plane now. All you have to do here is actually just tap B. Once the prompt gets up, you have plenty of time. Once you land back on the plane, then the kind of witch time will deactivate. So, we have another verse here, starting off with Grace and Glory. Not too much more to say about them at this point. We've seen them numerous times. So I'm just going to start off with a torture attack and see where we go from there. Let's see, did we kill the other one? Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. Does not appear to be around anymore. So this is not going to be the end of the verse after we defeat this one, just so you're aware. Takes a while for the game to recognize it. There we go. There goes the barrier. So I'm not sure if you can keep your combo going between the two parts of the verse or not. Because like the barrier doesn't go away instantly, and I don't know if I've ever done that like specific move before, like that, you know, punish on these guys. I actually dodged a little bit early there, but I think I got out of the range of its attack there, so I didn't end up getting hit. So that will mark the end of the verse. At the top of the ramp here after verse 2 is another note. This one is the Jalhorn Defense Initiative, or actually Jallarhorn, probably. Alright. At the center of the man-made island of Isla del Sol, there is a display of sheer military force unimaginable for the likes of Vigrid, a display whose menacing power even I cannot shake. While there is very little public face to these efforts, if my information is correct, the military spending here rivals that of even the great powers in the world. Moreover, amongst the towers of enterprise and government, other buildings stand as anti-aircraft countermeasures. These buildings, a strategic defense known as the Gallarhorns, are equipped with a battery of anti-aircraft SAM missiles and have been placed in 4 corners of the island. What in the world could cause a small place like this to install such dramatic defenses? There is also a word that the Americans are involved in the armament and expansion of the military complex here, It is said that the Ithavoll group is undertaking some sort of next-generation energy research, and thus has traded rights to this technology for added force of arms. It is not a wholly unbelievable story. Seeing all the military takeoffs and landings here in Vigrid, I don't want to think that their destination is actually the place I call home. Okay, so there's a Gates of Hell entrance. Here we don't have nearly enough to really buy anything noteworthy, so after clearing verse 2, you can kind of come up here. There are multiple ways to get up here. Using the Crow Within is a pretty easy one. So there's a chest up here that has a broken witch heart in it. And we actually want to go back to the area where we started in. So you can do that in a number of ways. I suggest starting from either that platform, or there's also one on the other side, and then using the Panther Within to jump back. So we're gonna have to go back through these treacherous areas, and I kind of was trying to see if I could. Oh, I actually got teleported to the other side. Trying to see if I could salvage that, because I knew I was over the pit, but no such luck. So if you come back here after completing verse 2, you will have an optional verse with a few more enemies, and for defeating them you will unlock an Alpine portal. So 2 reasons to actually come back here. Oop. Did not see that one's attack. This is actually a very bad camera angle. Just because I couldn't see the other one attacking me, because it was still alive behind the first Valor, or not Valor, Ardor that we fought. So suppose that didn't end up being too bad. Got a nice combo score on it, but now we will enter the Alpine and do that. Okay, so this is an out-of-body battle. As with the previous ones, I'm going to recommend the punch-kick-punch combo for crowd control. So the first wave is just some flaming affinities, and then we have some harmonies to deal with. And then I think the last one will have more affinities in it, and an Ardor as well. And I'm kind of struggling with some of these. Like this one I'm usually not too picky about. If I can do it without having to redo it, then I'll just take what I can get, so. Probably going to do alright on combo, actually. It was just those 3 hits. Whatever. I'll take it. As long as I can keep things moving along. So, for completing it, you'll get another Broken Witch Heart, which for us means we get another full one. And I didn't get to see whether or not that was the last one that we'll need. Actually, no, now that I think about it, it won't be. So it might be the second to last health expansion, though. So I'm not 100% sure, but we'll just have to see. Okay, so now I have to get back to where we were. So I'm gonna wait for that one to go by, and then oh hey, we can get this while we're or we can try to get that and fail. Oh well. not really worth spending too much time on it. Let's see. Started with basically no halos, so we're up to 10,000 now, which means hopefully we should be able to get something by the end. Yeah. Picked up an angel arm, and I didn't really mean to, and it's gonna kind of make our lives interesting, to say the least. Nope. Get back here. Ugh. There we go. This is a very short verse, and I'm probably not going to do great on it because I dropped a combo, and... or I could be completely wrong. Alright, I think this is probably a good place to end this episode. So in the next one, we will continue exploring this very big plane. So, thank you very much for watching. I've been redxparasite, signing out.